Panthers fans, what a treat this is. I am here with none other than NFL insider Ian Rapoport. Ian, thank you for taking a few minutes.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you are here at Panthers Training Camp in Charlotte. What do you look for when you come to training camp?
You know, I think for me, it's kind of getting a whole picture of what's going on with the team, right? Like, obviously, I actually basically come here every year, not here, but usually Wofford. Very nice that it's here, by the way. I think good for the fans, good for the players, certainly good for reporters.
Yeah.
Just try to understand, like, what's happening, what's the landscape. So, you know, obviously I'll watch practice like it's going on behind us, but I'll talk to coaches, talk to a GM, talk to assistants, just really understand, like, what a place is about. And, you know, I would say, like, this is certainly much more promising and optimistic than it was at this time last year. I think for the coaches, for Bryce, for the rest of the players, roster's in better shape. I mean, it's certainly seems like it's looking up.
But what is the national conversation about what the Panthers need to show this year?
Well, I mean, it all revolves around the quarterback, right? Like, that's, you know, Bryce will get all of the focus, he'll get all the attention, he'll get all the headlines and all of that, which is fine because really what he is a symbol, right? Like, if he is ascending, if he looks like the quarterback that the Panthers drafted, and let's be real, like, this guy was going #1 no matter who was taking the pick. So it's not like the Panthers made some decision. Like, everyone had Bryce Young #1. If he is making the strides that he should, if he looks like the promising young quarterback that the Panthers thought he was, then things are good here, right? No matter how many wins you get, right? If Bryce Young looks like a franchise quarterback, this place is on the rise. And that's, I think, what everyone will look at. So it's not like just about the quarterback, but it's really, he's a symbol for how to view the whole organization.
And from your perspective, have the Panthers put enough pieces around him with the offensive line, the receivers, for him to be able to showcase that?
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's why free agency is so important. Like, you know, nobody cares about a guard. Nobody cares when you give a guard, even when you give a guard $20 million.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Not a lot of headlines, not a lot of retweets. To me, probably the most important free agent move of maybe all of them except for a couple other quarterbacks, right? Like, that's how you get your guy comfortable. You have to have a really strong middle. Like, you look at what New Orleans did with Drew Brees. They had 2 rock star guards and a really good center. That's what you'd like to have. And so to me, like, yes, like, receivers I think are going to be better. It sounds like Xavier Leggett's been really good. Like, I think the receiver room will be better. Jatavian Sanders sounds like really promising as a rookie. So, like, weapon-wise, I think it's all going to be good. But to me, spending the money on the offensive line was probably the smartest thing this organization could do.
Well, I'm going to let you get back, but before I do, I want to ask you one final question. What was the sentiment nationally when Dave Canales got hired?
You know, definitely a curiosity, because I think everyone knew what kind of a job he did in Tampa. I mean, Baker Mayfield now is a franchise quarterback. He was not at this time last year. He was like let's see what Tampa has. Let's see if he can resurrect his career. Well, give Baker a lot of credit, but a lot of the reason why he was so good was because of this guy, right? So I think people knew that. It's different being a head coach, but I think what people are going to learn and what Panthers fans are going to learn is, besides being an extremely smart football man and a really good teacher, Dave Canales is like a breath of fresh air. Like, he is someone you like to be around. You talk about coaches having juice, like, Dave Canales has juice.
He has bulletproof coffee. That's what he told me. A little bit more than juice. It's the whole shebang.
You know what? That does not surprise me.
Ian, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks for having me.